You're telling me the Rustore has started to... Oh, hang on a minute. It's the same skins. I was like, oh, did they accept the Savage Sword? No. You're just stupid. It is late, though. Not as late as last week, but that means we will have abnormals this week. So that's good to see. And I also realise I still have the timer in the top right there still up, so whoopsie. Oh, there you go. Good thing I did go ahead and post the video for that today, so that's cool. Wait, what? Wait, really? Wait, what? Oh. Huh. But apparently that... what? Okay. But didn't someone say they're not... Someone said that was going to get pushed back to March. Have we had the update for that to go through? Can people actually use that now? Okay. Moving on. Well, there you go. Uh-oh. Okay. So I will bring this up again. If you were to compare this with the Heat Seeker, right? It's a side grade. What does that mean? Well, it's up for debate. You do get a little bit more transparency here, but you still have that here. You still have a bit more on the sides here. Hey, nice to see the HellCore collection has continued. But it's up, that's going to be an interesting comparison. Which one do you prefer, Heat Seeker or the HellCore? So, all right, cool. We also happen to get tactical gloves, the Pirate tactical gloves. Okay, Ultramarine bed, that seems like a late pick. Black Diamond backpack just after we got the Black Gold backpack. What? Okay. Flesh Flare, okay. Cow Meowie, that did look like a pretty cool looking skin, so props to you, good sir. And Lost Soul Garage Door. Which is, okay, a bit odd because I made a video showcasing the other one. What does that mean? There was another garage door made by Mr. Costed Che that looked really awesome. But hey, props to Algorithm. This also looks really awesome. So, all right then. Not too bad. And we should take this into consideration. This upcoming weekend, all the skins that are being submitted are expected to just be Valentine skins. So if a certain skin that you saw being submitted over the past 2 or 3 weeks wasn't accepted today, chances are it might appear next week. So we'll see how that goes. And Meteorite Sap has also been accepted as well. So it's just metallic. Yeah, you can see that from there as well. So, all right. Still seeing some space theme skins being accepted. Interesting. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, looks like Black Ops Collection is going to develop into a proper full set now. I was anticipating that happen. Like the second I start seeing all the weapons, I was like, come on now. At some point, these are going to actually turn into like a brand new Blackout alternative. Behold, it's happened. So let's up to it. You might have been a little bit confused in regards to why I was making such a fuss about the fact that the SKS skin was accepted. It wasn't supposed to be accepted. Let me quickly explain to you. With the brand new Skinnables, a proper update has to go through, which then verifies, yes, the SKS, it can now be skinnable. You can now apply skins to it. All right, cool. But you're not going to see that like halfway through a month. No, you don't see like any big updates happen. Unless it's like a holiday event. Okay, understood. But I'm sure you understand. And hopefully you understand why I was so confused. That shouldn't have been accepted. And evidently that was the case, because you might notice its replacement right here, the Training Handmade NMG. What's going on? This has got to be one of the most strangest and silliest rust rotations I've ever seen. Now, by all means, all right, let's just switch over to here. By all means, if you want to skip ahead and get a good look at all the brand new skins, look in the description, scroll down, everything's chaptered, and I typically talk about the skins first, then showcase them. So that's up to you. But yeah, initially it looked like we're about to have the SKS in the Rust store. It didn't happen, okay? That didn't. It was never available to be purchased. It was a strange screw up, but that wasn't the only thing that was screwed up. So once again, I reiterate: if you just want to skip ahead and get a look at all the, look at all the brand new skins, consider doing that now, because I've got a very silly story to talk about. So first of all, let's just explain. Last week, unfortunately, there were no abnormals because the Rust store rotated 20 minutes too late. This Rust store right here, the exact same thing happened almost like all over again. This appeared at 11:30 at night. If this appeared 30 minutes later, oh no, we wouldn't have had abnormals again for 2 weeks in a row. So, that could have been a problem. But no, it appeared just in time. And then, of course, they accidentally accepted the SKS. So it has been confirmed the SKS was a mistake. They didn't intend to accept it. And I'll explain it a little bit better. But you should be expecting that for February Force White now. That's when it first becomes skinnable. And it has basically been confirmed for February Force White. So we had the mistake of the SKS. But also, a certain Black Ops face mask apparently was listed at 25 cents. Well, I know more than apparently. I bought 200 of them. So I wasn't the only one. So here I am talking about it over to here. Hey, did anybody else get a bargain today? Because that was not supposed to be listed at 25 cents. So what gives? Random screw-up Rustor, basically. So I bought 200 of them because I was like, that just seems far too cheap. And if you want like a currency exchange, I believe in euros, that would be like 20 cent. And in like, British pound sterling, that would be about, well, it was 18 pennies because I bought 200 and it cost 36 pounds. Yay. They haven't been removed. They have not been removed. So if you thought, oh, surely if anybody bought them between that 10 to 15 minute period of time, surely they'd be removed. No. They are staying in the game. Which is kind of unfortunate for the skin creators, I guess. Because once you find out how many have been bought, you might think, oh no. So, did you see this happen? Did you buy any yourself? As I said, I bought 200. But let's just quickly switch over to here. Never forget the 10 minutes where this skin sold for 25 cents. But let's just quickly switch over to here. I just want to quickly prove it to you that yes, I did go. Yeah, I did in fact buy 200. I also bought some skins of some prizes for my stream. Had my stream cut out. My my internet disconnected. I lost about 70 people. Yippee. Anyway, as you can clearly see, I was getting responses. Other people have also bought a ton of these skins. And this perfectly showcases to you a subscriber count. It's not exactly the best measurement, but it's okay for bare minimum sales, all right? Mr. Hareza here, he counts as 1 subscriber. What on earth does that mean? Well, look at him. He's got over 700 face masks right there. Oh, dear. So, okay, we get the point. But he's not the one who... He hasn't bought the most. He did not buy the most. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to switch over to, as you can see. But let's just go to ACMM. Let's just refresh to just emphasize the point. It believes that there's over 13,000 of these in circulation already. That happened within 10 to 15 minutes, and then the Rustor got fixed, and we got a normal Rustor. And it was still below, it was still before midnight, so it's still okay. We still have abnormals, but oh my goodness. And yes, that is abnormal. So we noticed a pricing error, and some people just take it they just took it too far. I do believe the individual here that has 5,000 also was the one with the 4,000, and also is the one with the 1,200. Yeah. He saw there was an error, and he in his own greed, he's now just made it bad. And it might not just be him, but I just want to emphasize, he now has to try and sell all of them. He bought 10,000 himself. Is there enough people that actually want to buy this face mask? Because you might not realize this now, but because so many have been bought, this might crash and burn. But it's sold for 25 cents, Hedge. And this is what's causing a strange confusion. Is it going to actually crash and burn? For all the people that bought this for, $1.49, I kind of get the feeling it's not going to retain that price of $1.49. However, there's still quite a lot of positives that could keep this price up. And you might not instantly notice it, but if you know, you know. So, okay. What's going to happen then? I don't know. But I can confirm to you, a lot of them have been bought. Ta-da! So, never seen this happen before, but yeah. Due to one simple pricing error, again, maybe the person who does it accidentally fat-fingered it, maybe he made a typing error, human error, uh-oh. I kind of feel bad for the skin creators because, well, could they have earned more? But then again, because so many sales have happened, maybe it actually worked out all right in their favour. I don't know. I mean, if you do the math, maybe it's better. Anyway, so do keep in mind that face mask very likely has a ton more listings, especially in comparison to chestplate. But we could still see some nice things ahead of us. But this is what happens when you get too greedy. A good thing probably could have happened, but that one individual very likely might have screwed it up for everybody else. Now, here's another thing. Everyone who bought still has the opportunity to do a refund. Do you want to? I'm not sure. Again, I've got to talk about that a lot more thoroughly. Haven't you already? No, not yet. But yeah, that is ridiculous. That is madness, and that's what happened today. Yay! So get a good look at all the skins. If you go to micro532.com, if you go to the accepted section, you'll see all the data. It's like a snapshot. It gives you all the data the second that they are accepted, but it had to be manually edited because, of course, we have both the SKS and the Handmade NMG here. Now, if you're a little bit worried about the SKS, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I really wanted that, again, no need to worry. It has been confirmed in TGG's Discord server, the official Ruskin making Discord server. It's definitely coming for February 4 swipe. So February 4 swipe, we are expecting naval theme skins with that SKS right there. Maybe we'll see another SKS, we'll see, but that appears to be guaranteed now. So, all right, look forward to it. Just 2 weeks to go. You should also be well prepared for Valentine's and Lunar New Year, the Year of the Horse as well. February is stacked, so be prepared for such a thing. Lots of pink and lots of love hearts. Okay, cool. So should we just go over to here then and resume, proceed as normal? Which of these skins are abnormal? Okay, let's go figure that out. So I can confirm, out of all of these skins here, 8 of them are abnormal, and this skin, and this skin, those are the 3 that are not abnormal, right? So another combat knife skin is accepted. Looks kind of scary when you look at it. Training Handmade NMG is also not abnormal. And of course, Meteorite Sap, that's not abnormal. To identify if they're actually abnormal, there'll be a link right here. So, case in point, take a look at this Black Diamond backpack. That has the link right there, readily prepared. That is an abnormal skin. So, okay, we've got a pretty interesting batch of skins to chase after next week. Not going to complain about that. Got some pretty interesting designs. I know a lot of you are going to be complaining about, where's the Temple Tier 2 version 2? I would have loved that to be accepted, but sorry, they don't like camouflage skins, it seems. But at the very least, you have the beginning of a brand new cloven armor set. And also, you did get pirate tactical gloves. Oh, I wonder how much they're going to sell. Interesting, especially, before the naval update. So, all right, cool. But yep, tip shots, exactly that. Exactly that, what he's saying. Another black backpack. I mean, what? So, could I also just quickly point this out to you as well? With last week's Rust Store, right? With last week's Rust Store, the Rust Store rotates like 30 minutes just before midnight, and then it screws up, and then for like another 10-15 minutes, we have to wait until it's fixed. All of the skins you see here, if you didn't remember, all of them became marketable midnight. So we have a Rust Store that's going all silly and all right, and then there's tons of people buying face masks, but we still had to chase after all of these skins as well. It has been a completely chaotic, mad, crazy Sin and Rusty rotation. It's been silly. I've lost my tongue. I've kind of lost my voice. I can't up the volume. You're going to have to up the volume. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we chased after all of these, and there will be an extra, sort of abnormal Barda video that'll be made that you can watch. That'll be this Saturday. Let's get the Rust rotation done. But just want to clarify. Mad Rust rotation, and then this, and I've got to do this. So, yeah. Let's proceed. So, at first glance, offer your opinion. Number 1, did you buy some of those face masks? Number 2, do you like what you see? Please be aware, we are not expecting any collection continuations being made over the course of this weekend. Why? Well, I already said it. You've got to be prepared for Valentine's. And, well, Lunar New Year next week after that as well. We are not going to be seeing any collection continuations for a while, unless it's a Valentine skin, just saying. So, you should be expecting a lot of pink. A lot of love hearts, it's expected. Valentine's is just around the corner. February is stacked. Because again, don't forget, the first Rust off of February 4 swipe, naval update, naval theme skins, pirate stuff, boat stuff, sea captains, navy, you get the idea. So that's a set Rust store. The next Rust store is set for Valentine's. We're still not sure though what's going to happen with Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year 2026 is February 17. That's before the Rust store, but still after the Valentine's Rust store. So we're not sure if they're just going to push it aside. We're not sure. We'll see how it goes, right? I will keep you informed. We'll be there. It has happened in the past, though, that halfway through, like a 7-day tenure of a Rust store, they just added Lunar New Year. They've done that before. So it could be Valentine's and then Lunar New Year. It could be Lunar New Year and then just Valentine's. I'm not sure. We'll see. All right, cool. Understood. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the interesting skins that we're about to see on the workshop. I'm sure looking forward to it. I should also confirm the focused item of the month is the spinning wheel. So spinning wheel and SKS skins, yes, even Valentine's pink SKSs are to be expected to be made. And I guess like horse-themed Lunar New Year SKSs as well. Cool. So, all right, understood. Oh, good. Let's just refresh. So, we've got that covered. We understand that we're not going to see any collection continuations for a while after these. But we can look forward to them still, right? And we might have to work around the idea that maybe these prices are going to drop off. Especially for that face mask. Now, you might have been sitting there and saying, okay, but like, is that it then? Is it doomed? Well, where's the tier 2? Where's the tier, the hoodie and pants? What about jacket? What about tactical gloves? Okay. I'm sure you get the point now. There could be more that appears after that. But please be aware, it might take some time. Might not happen until March time. Who knows? But yeah, be aware. Okay. Another space theme skin has in fact been accepted. So, all right, cool. Are people actually acknowledging that these aren't like from the same skin creator? Also, I just want to quickly bring up, quite a lot of people at first glance said, oh, look, it's another AI skin. That's not AI. That's actually made by Mr. Algorithm. All right, so calm down. They've also said that about Kostya Che, who made some pretty interesting skins. Made a really cool looking garage door. I might have a short video out for that on the weekend, but I still need to make a short video for that as well. Basically, no, they are definitely made by the skin creators. They show proof. So, no, just a cool looking lost soul out in space. Pirate Tactical Gloves. As of now, it has more subscribers in comparison to the face mask. Chat, we might have problems with the gloves. I'm joking again. There's actual sales and there's subscriber counts, and funnily enough, you're lagging behind. So, I also want to mention HellCore MP5. Are you aware that we've had 4 HellCore skins in a row? Like, with all the commotion that happened today, I haven't even got to the point of that. L96 instantly goes up in price. SAR's doing wonderful. AK-47, you could be better, but I'm not surprised they're slightly down. Are you aware that MP5 has, well, almost equal amounts or somewhat, or basically the same equal amounts of transparency in comparison to the Heatseeker's MP5? Now, you might sit there and say, oh no. Does that mean the Heatseeker is doomed? No, because that's priced at $4. Oh. What about Heatseeker then? Just to quickly confirm, it's sitting there at $3.70. Huh. So it's not doomed then. Apparently not, no. Okay, well, at least you got options. So, all right, cool. So, at first glance, it might not be the most insane looking rust door. But I'm also not complaining. Again, with the stupid things that have happened today, it's been quite entertaining. I'm still trying to calm down from all of it. So, should we now sit down, go through all the skins, and question what might happen next? Could they actually turn to nice investments in the future? Let's go do just that. Pirate Tactical Gloves. Do you remember not too long ago we got the boots being accepted? Well, how are those boots doing? What does it matter? You see, these boots, they only sold 13,500 subscribers. Now, as much as you might sit there and say, but didn't you just teach us that subscriber counts aren't exactly the best thing? Again, bare minimum sales. Okay. And honestly, I don't think people bought absolutely insane amounts of the boots. Now, again, SMM kind of offers an option to see like the estimated amount. And based on what it sees with the boots, it thinks there's just over 15,000. Oh no, it's got like 2,000 more. But then you compare to the tier 2, the tier 3, the hoodie and pants, and oh, on average, all of these sold between like 45 to 50,000 subscribers. Yeah, maybe 15 doesn't sound so much anymore. Do you understand the point I'm trying to get across? And so, did we ever get the Roadside gloves? Yes, we did. And they have worked out wonderfully. Those have worked out wonderfully, sold 30,000 subscribers, still tripled in price. This is an in-demand blackout alternative option. And that right there is sitting there at $2. If it sells like around 20,000 subscribers, I do believe that will be A-OK. If it reaches 30,000, I do believe it might take some time, but it will eventually work out A-OK. Don't forget, we still have the March and April dip, the Easter dip, okay? Usually around that period of time, we see a bit of a drop-off with the player count, although with February Force Wipe, you might see a lot of people turning up for the naval update. We are expecting that. We've been talking about that quite a lot, but do notice, like last year, it slowly goes down, 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 but then it recovers for the summertime. It goes down around autumn, fall season, September, October, November, but then it recovers at the very end of the year. So this is a routine thing that happens every single year. So, okay, cool, understood. So looking at these tactical gloves, let's also just quickly acknowledge, like, look at all the other tactical gloves. You are the first instance of some black tactical gloves. Interesting. But let's also point out we have seen blackout tactical gloves being submitted. It's up to FaceBunch if they ever want to accept them, but I do not expect that to be the only black tactical gloves we'll ever see. I think it's in a very good spot. I think those gloves are in a very, very, very good spot. And I do believe a lot of people are appreciating keeping their fingers nice and warm, and of course not swaying around when they shoot. So I do believe it won't serve as much compared to the other clothing armor skins. I do believe that is actually in a very, 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 very good spot, and I do believe you're might be a pretty interesting thing to chase after. And I'm so happy we have abnormals this week, because I want to get a good barter on that. I actually might be buying a bunch of those. If you're still selling your Rust skins, you might notice prices are still holding on quite nicely. The momentum is still there. So that actually might be a pretty interesting thing to consider chasing after. We'll see how it progresses, but yeah, you are looking interesting. Black Ops Tier 3. Let's just quickly show you something in regards to metal face masks, alright? So of course you can just go look at all of them this way, like da-da, da-da. You could go on SCMM, you can order them around, you can see like what was the one with the most subscribers. There you go, Whiteout. Whiteout's a camouflage, so we can't really treat it that way. Like, look, Pirate Collection, 50,000 subscribers, but then again, all the other Pirate Collection skins also did like 40 to 50,000, so whatever. But yes, do you acknowledge that these face masks that have sold a lot still worked out perfectly fine? Let's also quickly point this out. Do you know how to search specifically for an item on the Rust Steam market? If you don't, I'll quickly show you. So let's just quickly close that off, right? Go over to here, look to the right, look at item types. Now, you can't do every single item in Rust, but for Metal Face Mask, I know for a fact that you can. So there you go. Let's just quickly grab Metal Face Mask. There you go. Click that. Search. And now, you might sit and say, what do we do? It looks for all the skins for the item. It doesn't search specifically for the keyword. Look at the hockey mask. That doesn't say face mask, but it is a face mask. So it's being shown here. Does that make sense? Look at the cheapest ones. And lo and behold, wrapped face mask. That's about 70 cents. It's a holiday theme skin. That shouldn't be too surprising. But do you understand the point I'm trying to get across? The cheapest face mask is still 70 cents. Okay then, so how are we going to approach this situation with the Black Ops face mask? It could end up at 50 cents and it'll still be double in price. I will sit here and say, if you're a random person who did not, like, if you didn't buy them when they were 25 cents, personally, I just wouldn't go near it. I just wouldn't go near it. I think you're just better off with a buy order, and even then, we don't know how much it's going to go by. We have no idea. So if you're, seriously, if you're listening to me right now, just stay away from that. We'll see what happens over the course of the next several days. Maybe it slows down. Maybe it only ends up with maybe at best like 15,000 subscribers. Well, you know what? That means in total, I only got like 20 or so in natural circulation. Keep an eye on it, but, you know, be cautious, be wary. And I'm sorry to say, but if you're looking at that as an investment, I would avoid it. But if you want to buy it because you think it looks cool and you want to support the skin creators, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them nice and motivated to keep put nice creative designs in the future, all right? Now, you know, I'm fully well aware I obviously bought 200 and I'm going to commit to that. I'm going to commit to it. I made that decision. I told everybody on my stream, you should probably go ahead and grab a bunch yourself because that's just far too cheap. They've made a pricing error. I will commit to this. Will it be a mistake? Will it be amazing? I don't know, but we'll find out. Hedge, you just managed to get rid of like so many skins from post-Christmas time, and now you're buying them all back again. Sorry. Anyway, so what happens to the chest plate? What happens if we see Tier 2 and, of course, hoodie and pants? We know what? You've only probably got like an extra 10 to 15, maybe even up to 20,000 extra sales only. But the point still remains. If you have a full collection that's in demand, the skins that usually sell the most tend to be the ones that end up being the cheapest. In fact, like a great example is Abyss collection. So I always bring this up but it's always so noticeable. Abyss Tier 3 sold far too much in comparison to Hoodie Pants and Tier 2. Both of these around 27,000 subscribers. You see the Tier 2 here? At best, that did between 14 to 16,000 subscribers. Oh, so there's a 10,000 subscriber difference. Yep. And for a very long time, these were struggling. But this past post-Christmas, both of these got like all the way up to their Rust Ore price. So they actually did manage to recover. But this is an in-demand collection. So now I ask you, do you consider Black Ops Collection to be an in-demand collection? As of now, it's been weapon only. But some of these weapons have actually, some of these skins have actually worked out quite all right. Look at the bid, for example. I'm kind of in the position that if you were to play it really patiently, maybe this could work out very nicely. But if you're the guy with the 5,000 like purchase, I'm going to be very honest with you. I think you got a bit of a task, because I'm not sure how much demand it's going to actually have. But I do feel confident. The skin creators, Mr. Holodno, Mr. Kolotinsky, oh yeah, they make some wonderful, awesome-looking skins. They also make Isoprene. I do believe we will be seeing a full collection being made, and I do believe we'll see it being accepted. I'm pretty confident Face Punch likes the set, and I'm pretty sure they want to see more of it. And I'm pretty sure you do as well. Well, I do. I hope so. I need it now. But yeah, they've made some Twitch drops. They've made some very cool looking designs, all right? Yeah, I know you like that one. I know you like that one. Anyway, so point made. There's still some positives that could happen. Chances are it might not go down below 70 cents. Chances are we will see those collection continuations, but be aware. It's not happening anytime soon. Lightweight Mask has over 40,000 subs and still 2 USD. That's true, Amos. But it's the fact that this has sold so much in comparison to this, and most likely the other skins as well. Amos, it's all up in the air. Anyone who may... Oh, I read that too quickly. Anyone that got this at 25 cents, I thought he said was banned. No, he said banked. Well, I bought 200. We'll see how it goes, all right? Maybe we can put that towards some extra giveaways on my streams. Look at my description. You'll see the Twitch link, just saying. All right, anyway, cool. So we'll see what becomes of it. But the chest plate, though, what is to become of the chest plate? I don't think people are going to buy as many, let's put it that way. But if there's tons of these and it actually somehow manages to stay in the positive, surely you would as well, right? Well, that's a discussion, isn't it? Both of them are abnormal. We'll utilise that time. Let's get those early barders in next week, all right? You can't really learn from this past week though, because of course we didn't have abnormals this week. But you will see all the barders happen as I put the video out over the course of this weekend. So unfortunately, yeah, no abnormals because that Rust Ore was broken. Right, anyway, moving on. Lost Soul Garage Door. That's a pretty cool looking design. It's also the 4th garage door to be accepted this year, 4 in a row. Oh dear. 4 for 4. It begins, chat. How many garage doors are we going to see in 2026? Including Twitch drops and kick drops. Oh. So, yeah. Should point out, yes, February Twitch drops are happening between the 5th of February to the 15th of February, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a garage door. Oh dear. Yeah, it's a homebrew batch, so it's just Twitch drops. Anyway, it looks cool. It's not AI, but I'm also concerned because, of course, it's another garage door. However, you know, we did see that garage door over here, didn't we? You have started to go down in price. Other options have appeared, but you're still a space-themed skin. But then again, people are looking at this probably and thinking, yeah, I like that one more. Maybe. I do like the fact that he's got like the skull in there and whatnot. It's looking pretty creepy. Yeah. Right then, so produced by Algorithm, he's made a lot of interesting skins in the past. Oh look, there's flashbacks. You know, it'd be very nice if we got some tier 2 and some tier 3 of that face punch, just saying. Moving on. Anyway, so, yeah. I think it could hold up quite nicely, but I wouldn't be surprised if we also see some very cool looking garage doors for Valentine's, for Lunar New Year. I mean, let's be real here. I'm asking you genuinely, like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Do you think one of the skin creators is going to do a horse scale for Lunar New Year? I'm sorry I put that in your head, but now you're thinking about it. Anyway, so anyway, move on. I don't play that game. You can't make me play that game. I'm not going to play that game. Anyway, moving on. So, if you like it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator. But listen, I wouldn't be surprised if it does drop off. Now, with it being the only space theme skin of the week, did we see like the locker work out all right? Again, you can't really judge it right now. I guess you can't really judge the skin there. I mean, you're a sheep Medalabador. You're expected to do all right. So, yeah, take this into consideration. As we go through February, you might not see any more space theme skins being accepted, and that might be quite sad. But you should take that into consideration. So, hey, we'll see. You do look cool, though. I think he made a very nice looking skin. And I hope my audio sounded fine there. It was a bit awkward. Anyway, maybe you're better off with a buy order. Well, as an investment, sure. But as a direct purchase, well, again, if you want to buy it for yourself, treat yourself, support the skin creator. Perhaps we'll see Lost Soul Sheep Medadabador. Lost Soul Sheep Medador. Who knows? So, unfortunately, you can't find out because, of course, we have Valentines and whatnot. There's a reason why I warned you, and I'm going to keep mentioning it. Yeah. Right, moving on. Some of you might think, oh no, that must mean, Heat Seeker's ruined. No, because it's $4, and over to here, you're also basically $4. We now have options. And if you watch my workshop video, if you watch my recent Rust Workshop Skin Checks video, which you can see over here, we've already had this discussion. Because all I have to do is go, boop, oh, there you go. With great thanks to Mr. Flexi, he gave us a nice little showcase. If you were to compare this with the HellCore, well, you might sit there and say, why is there green there? Oh. So, okay. I'm considering them side grades. You got all the space to the left here, you got the space here, but that's all like opaque. But with the HellCore, you have space all around here, you do have a bit more on the sides, and you still have that side panel. I would sit here and say they are two different options, but they are both still like equally awesome. And of course, one's bright and colourful, one's more sleek, black, and it's got a bit of white to it as well. HellCore Spring. HellCore Spring. HellCore Spring. So, Mr. Delaray, an SKS might be pretty cool. Well then, I might ask him that. But for now, what would you like to see being made next? Think of all the transparent aim sight weapons we saw for Heatseeker, or maybe something else that hasn't been done. SKS, maybe. We'll see. But yes, what would you like to see being made next? And if you own this, what are you thinking? Because they're essentially the same price. They near enough pretty much have the exact same vision, or rather the same pay-to-win potential, I guess you could say. Which do you prefer? Feel free to comment below. This is going to be an interesting debate. This is going to be an interesting comparison. And yes, I will be doing a comparison. Because there's other details like, can you see both of them at night time as equally as good? Well, you might be finding out about that, won't you? Yes. So, honestly, I'm more surprised it's not selling that much. Which can only lead to potential nice success in the future. Because, of course, with 4 skins accepted in a row now, that's doing good. You're holding up quite nicely. We'll see if you improve. It looks like you already did a little bit. But we're not expecting another HellCore skin for quite some time. That might not happen until maybe the end of February, maybe the beginning of March. I am expecting it. So we'll see what happens next, right? But it's the 5th best-selling skin. What? Yeah, that might end up with like similar sales to the SAR. And the SAR's still doing good. So we'll see what happens next, but Heatseeker's still holding up. You're still holding up. I don't think I'm going to complain. I think I'm fine with that. I think them pricing this at $4 was a smart move. Now people who own Heatseeker won't complain. Now people they're already going to buy it. So, So would we potentially see other HellCore skins priced at a higher price? If we saw like a transparent aim sight SKS, would that be like $5? We'll see. I hope the skin creator considers it. Flipped it over by saying the 5th. Shh. Anyway, moving on. Deep Ruby Furnace. It looks cool. It looks nice. I hope you saw it in my special preview video. Deep Ruby Collection. It's a bit of a funny one. I can't tell if it's actually in demand or not. Some of these skins are doing good, some of them not so much. Oh my. But I do know that recovered very nicely. Are you a purple enjoyer? Oh, mate. They should have called it Purple Haze. Well, now people are going to want it. Where's Glassholio? Glassholio, you didn't laugh at my Purple Haze joke. All right, anyway. Imagine if it did properly smoke out and whatnot. Anyway. So, okay. Looks cool. It's like an amethyst sort of design. is it going to hold up? Or is it going to end up like most furnaces? What do you mean? Well, do you notice how pretty much all of these are struggling? You're actually surprisingly doing good. And Senor Tomato. But then you look at the year before. Okay, that's doing good. That's holding up. That's doing okay. But do you notice the majority of them are struggling? So will you struggle? Or will you, I don't know, succeed? I'm not sure. By default, I don't usually trust furnaces. And I will sit here and say at $2.49, I most likely just want to stick with a builder. Being truthful. But if you like the whole purple haze joke, well, maybe we might need to go grab one for yourself now. We'll leave it at that. So last week, I sit here yapping about, you know, black backpacks always been appreciated, you know, like. Had a lovely yapping session, talking about how this was, sorry, that's a breaker, by the way. This is most likely not going to sell that much, and it's going to most likely just slot in perfectly with the Black Gold collection, and of course end up being the lowest selling skin in comparison to the hoodie and pants and the armor and whatnot. And well, at the moment, that's in a very, 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 very good spot. But I didn't do a build. I didn't do a purchase. I just stuck with a buy order. I reckon that might have been the smartest way to go about it. But awkward timing. Yeah, we just got the Black Diamond backpack, and you're sitting there at $3. But then again, we've had some higher priced Black Diamond skins in the past, and look at it now. Does it look like it's struggling? Nope. So, hoodie and pants, you sold how much again? Again, I have to look at it this way. For some strange reason, Rust Help puts it in a funny, like a silly order. This puts it in order of acceptance. Tier 2 did like 19 to 20,000 subscribers. No, Tier 3 did. Tier 2 did, well, actually it did about the same. Yeah, about 18 to 20,000 subscribers. The boots, the gloves, you did about 11,000. You did about almost 11,000. The hoodie and pants, though, that did about 26,000. Subscribers, that is. But look at it. Still went up in price. People like it. People appreciate it. If you saw my special little short video, did you like what you saw there? Priced at $3, I get the feeling not too many people want to jump in. Well, guess what? The exact same behavior we saw was very similar to what we saw with the Reptile Hunter backpack. That also sold at $3. Look at it now. Slotted in to an in-demand, awesome-looking collection. And it's now up 50%. So if you're thinking, I don't know, we just had the Black Gold. I mean, if you already bought Black Gold, I would understand. But I didn't do that. And I'm looking at that now, and I'm thinking, oh, well then. It looks quite nice in the sunlight and whatnot. I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you. But, and I know someone's going to immediately jump in and say, Hedge, where's the small backpack skins? They're currently not skinnable. Sorry to say. Maybe at some point in the future we'll find out, but I think people will be appreciating you, and I get the feeling you're not going to sell that much, so I've got my eyes on you. I think that's looking special. Keep an eye on it. Ultramarine bed. Well, I'm not surprised it happened, but yeah, late pick. Interesting. Another ultramarine skin has been accepted. Say hello to the first one of 2026. Okay, it glows in the dark perfectly fine. It's nice and blue. This whole collection's in demand. There's only one skin in the negative. I mean, let me remind you of something that happened last year. Basically, we had the locker, and it didn't really sell that much. And knowing that the ultramarine collection's in demand, I thought, you know what? Maybe that locker might be pretty interesting. Maybe it might be an interesting thing to consider buying. Well, as you can see with that locker, in the end, it only did about 10,400 subscribers, and it's up by 40% right now. And it was higher like a good few weeks back. So that worked out wonderfully. Right now, this is the fourth lowest selling skin. And it's got me thinking, well, again, maybe a lack of sales, maybe that might help it out. And again, considering all the bed skins we've seen as of recent, it's ridiculous. We just keep seeing more and more and more beds. Out of 4 Rust stores in 2026, we've already got 3. That doesn't really set the tone very nicely, does it? No. Too many of them. I'm expecting Twitch drops, kick drops, you name it. I am expecting so much more. But if that sells, like only around 10,000 subscribers, I just wouldn't be surprised if it ends up exactly like the locker. Or at some point in the future, it most likely will be in a positive. But again, let's see let's see how things progress over the next 7 days. Let's see if it actually sells like next to nothing. Because if that is the case, that's making it look a whole lot more appealing. All right, cool. And you know what? I'll just talk about these 3 weapon skins right now. Flesh Flare combat knife. You look cool, but it's another combat knife. I have been talking about, are these actually in demand? Well, we can't look at these prices right now properly because they're not properly noticed. But then again, if we go to here, I'm sure it's being noticed here. So let's just quickly take a look. So let's just get a look at you. And yep, they are acknowledged, and they are both like basically at their rust or price already. And you might sit there and say, what's wrong with that? Well, that means they're not profitable. If they're listed at their rust or price, considering tax and whatnot, So I get the feeling they're already going down a price. AKA, we are seeing the issue with the focused item of the month. We saw it with the minor hats, we saw it with the selfish dice pick, and we're seeing it again. Far too many skins being accepted in such a short amount of time leads to issues. It's a struggle for them to stand out. They're not so special. And, well, unfortunately, you're going to get slotted in with that. You will most likely not be retaining your $2 price. Sorry to say, but it really wouldn't surprise me. Training Handmade MG. I don't remember looking at you. Do you have a transparent aim sight? Let's go ahead and find out. So, aim down the sight. Nope, standard sight. Oh, yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. Oh dear. So, I'm sorry to say. I honestly look forward to the SKS. It does look cool, but I'm not really super enthusiastic with this. Also, let's just look at all the other handmade MGs. Wow. Okay, so only one of them's actually in the positive right now. See, that doesn't sound like it's going to bode well, does it? No. I honestly wasn't expecting this. I thought at least a couple of them would be in the positive. Blackout handmade MG. What went wrong? So, okay, that might be a bit concerning. Meteorite Sap, I'll be honest with you. I don't see that much interesting detail with it. I think it's cool. And you know what? I just realised, oh, look, it's another space-themed skin. Does it look space-themed to you? It's covered in dents. Like an asteroid. Okay. Is that something people want for a sap skin, though? I've got nothing against the skin creator. He made a unique, interesting approach, and he got his skin accepted. So props to you, Mr. Andre. I just don't know if people are going to buy tons of it. I'm not sure. And it's not just that. It's also a matter of, will people still want to buy it afterwards? Because last year, we did start noticing problems. See that B set right there? It's got transparent aim sight. It's down 17%. I don't like the colour yellow. Well, shut up then. But you notice, a lot of these are in the negative. Last year, look at all these skins. Every single one of them was in the positive. Before, we used to look at sap skins and think, yep, that's a perfectly fine thing to consider chasing after, just simply because it was a sap skin. I don't want to say that anymore. So looking at you, I mean, we've already had 2 so far. Kind of get the feeling that you're probably not going to retain your price. Not really. Pocket AK? Anyway. So, that's all the skins. Not everything is perfect, but that's what you come here to watch me for. You need to figure out what the hell's going on. I get it. How about we hop in game then? Get a good look at all these skins and maybe offer comments. Do you like what you see? Such lovely fresh air. And oh my, some lovely looking deployables. So, let's get up nice and close. We have the ultramarine bed, looking ever so nice and exquisite. A lovely pattern design that looks ever so nice and shiny in certain light. That's looking pretty sweet. That's looking pretty cool. Let's also just go around the back. Get a good look at that. Let's rise up. Look from the top. Looking pretty cool. And of course, let's just get a good look at this night time. Oh yes. What are you expecting, huh? Every deployable we have seen so far of ultramarine glows in the dark very, very nicely. Now, it might not be for you, but I assure you, this whole collection's in demand. The prices I've seen these retain has been absolutely lovely. So yeah, over the past few years, ultramarine just keeps on persisting. We're getting more and more skins accepted, and they just keep retaining very, very nicely. Also, just want to put the lights on nearby as well, just to see does it reflect as nicely here. It does appear to reflect quite a bit with the lights on at night time. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, opinions please. What do you reckon? Would you like to consider chasing after a ultramarine bed? Now over to here, well, you know what? I want to quickly switch to daytime. I want to get a good look at this in the light, because you'll see Deep Ruby happens to be ever so nice and shiny. A lovely looking design. So yeah, I'm still not sure if it's actually in demand. But now I ask you, what deplorable skin would you like to see being made next? I'm trying to think of like something really wacky. No, Deep Ruby water purifier. Well, that honestly would be purple haze. Anyway, moving on. So as you'll notice at night time, when it's lit up, the actual like body of it lights up as well. So this does like quote unquote glow when it's turned on at night time. But of course, you know, it doesn't glow when it's not turned on. So, okay. Looking perfectly fine. Nice and reflective. Nice and shiny. Is that the furnace for you? Now get a good look at this. Lost Souls garage door, looking very, very cool. I've got to figure out... Chat, I'll ask you real quickly. What song would go nicely with this as I stare at it for 60 seconds? Why 60 seconds? That's all you're allowed to have when you play music in a short. So, that looks cool. It's not AI. It was definitely made by the skin creator. I must clarify. It's not AI, right? They've shown proof. It's been confirmed. It's just a cool looking design. Not every strange, wacky, strange thing that's been made has been made by a computer. It's been made by a very strange person. Right. Total darkness now. Get a good look at that. So no transparency or anything. I have not noticed anything like that. But I have noticed that's a very cool, very ominous, somewhat freaky, somewhat scary looking design. Do you like it? Are you a fan? Feel free to comment below. Now, let's just pan over to here. Don't look to the right. We'll save that for a little bit later. Over to here. We have a very shiny, exquisite looking tier 3 armor set. Now, at first glance, you'll notice, oh wow, that is in fact quite shiny. But over to here, oh, well, these aren't very shiny. I did see someone mention this a little bit earlier. They were worried, hey, does the do these tactical gloves reflect that much? Are they super noticeable at night time? Well, let's go ahead and find out. Can you see the gloves? Nope. No concerns there. No glow in the dark here. So let's just ta-da. So okay. If you're worried about like the white for the bones on the tactical gloves, they are not like visible. They're not easy to see at night time. You should not be concerned about that. But based on what I'm looking at over to here, let's just quickly change it to daytime. Oh my, yes, that's looking ever so nice and shiny. Let's also just move that around a little bit more. There we go. Right, that looks a little bit better. What is your opinion with the Black Ops Tier 3 armor? Because you might notice, does it actually look as if it's black? Well, it's metallic with black. Okay, I'm sure you'd agree with that. Alright, not too bad. Let's rise up. Get a good look at that nice and shiny looking face mask. So, yeah, what do you reckon? Well, it looks like I'll keep my head nice and comfy. Look at that. But, overall, the possibility of Tier 2 and Hoodie and Pants, we sit here and we wait for it now, okay? But the success of Black Ops Collection, I really wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised if we do see the rest of the skins being accepted. I expect it. I anticipate it. What about you? So, yeah, looks nice. Doesn't glow in the dark. No concerns. But your opinion still matters, so feel free to comment below. Wasn't there a backpack? Oh, yeah. It's a shiny backpack. Get a good look at that. So let's get up nice and close. So shiny. Well then. What do you reckon? The diamond studded portion here, from afar, it kind of looks like a microphone. But other than that, it still looks very nice. It still looks very cool. But considering the timing, where it appears just after another like blackout alternative backpack, do you reckon this potentially might not sell that much? Do you reckon with its higher price, it won't sell that much? Do you reckon a combination of both could put it in a very interesting position where in the future, if people continue to appreciate Black Diamond Collection, this potentially could rise up ever so much higher? Would it go up ridiculously, or would it still be grounded based on the fact that we have what now? A pirate backpack, black gold backpack. We have the blackout backpack itself, legacy Kevlar. Can't remember the other one. We've got a lot of black backpacks, so maybe you'll do fairly decent, but not really sell that much every day. There's a lot to consider. But what do you consider? Do you like what you see? Better yet, how's it look at night time? With the lights on nearby, that is quite shiny. That is looking pretty sweet. So, okay. Not too bad, not too bad. I do like the emblem as well. That's also looking pretty sweet. So opinions, please. Feel free to comment below. And of course, some people will be sitting here and saying, does it glow in the dark or anything? See? No concerns, no worries. Just a perfectly fine, nice looking, black diamond encrusted backpack. Well, I mean, if you wear it, people might be enticed to chase after you. You would probably come across as a bit rich. Okay, time to get a good look at all the weapons and the tools, and well then. Get a good look at the flesh flare. Cowie meowie. This is a gruesome looking design. Well then, you want to get that stuck in you, would you? Ugh. Now, quick look at night time. Can you see it? Does it glow? No, it does not glow. And it's not getting any good night light, so okay, I'm not sure if that's going to be a concern to you. Can also get a good look in third person. So, yeah, can we just adjust the sun a bit? Alright, there you go. Looking pretty sweet. Looking pretty deadly. So, for a combat knife, what do you reckon? If you had to pick one, would this be the one? Go for the comp below. Now, if we could just go over to here, turn off the lights, or, you know, make the night time. Keep the lights on, we need them. Yeah. Somewhat shiny. Looking pretty cool. And if we could just kind of pose, do I like that? There we go. So, yeah. That's a pretty cool looking combat knife. My only concern is I'm expecting another one next week. If you saw how many combat knife skins we saw being submitted, like for the first week of January, it was absolutely ridiculous. I think we saw like 50 plus in total, like overall for all of January. So if we were to see another one next week, could it potentially be more interesting than that? And if that's the case, I would worry for it. But aside from that, if you think it's it's looking cool and whatnot, consider buying it, appreciating it, and supporting that skin creator. Best luck to Mr. Cow Meowie. Let's see if it sells nicely. Right then, so let's go over to here, and let's go ahead and change the weapon. Because what I have over to here is a perfectly fine looking set. It's metallic, and I'm not sure if everyone's going to be super happy with that. It's more of an interesting sort of gimmick rather than an actual, like, skin. But it's cool. I respect it. I think people can learn to appreciate it, but I will sit here and say, intentionally scuffed looking sets of the past don't exactly hold up very nicely. People like a nice, colourful, super sort of useful pay-to-win design. Let's be real here. And I kind of do worry for it. But I see nothing wrong with it as well. Also, let's just get a good look at night time. I don't really see it. I see it now. I don't really see it now. So, again, are you someone who appreciates the nice grounded designs? The skins that aren't super flashy and super in your face? Or would you prefer such a thing? Feel free to comment below. Right, over to here. I move to the right. I move to the left. It's somewhat reflective, but then again, it's basically like a default design. Strike a pose, look pretty. And let's get up nice and close. So, opinions please. What do you reckon? Would you like to grab a hold of one of these? Or would you like to throw it at someone's head and go, asteroid? No, it's meteor, meteor. Ah, damn it, Hedge. You ruined the joke. Unbelievable. Okay, so now is the time where we start doing a comparison between this right here and this right here, okay? And I feel like at the end of the day, I think people are going to probably agree they're just kind of similar. They are side grades. That's not like a put down. They give you just as much as vision each, and they're basically the same price. So first of all, we're here to showcase the HellCore MP5. I'm sure you saw my very cool looking short video earlier this week. And I'm sure you've seen this already, alright? So, a lovely amount of transparency, a very nice pay-to-win aim sight. But, of course, in comparison to the Heatseeker MP5 that's been out for a very long time and only recently recovered and gone actually above its restore price, this has most likely got about 100,000 of these in circulation. A lot of these were bought. About 65,000 subscribers and plenty of people. I bet you plenty of people probably bought thousands. Anyway, for a very long time, it has just progressed very nicely because it didn't really have anything to compare to it. But now, well, we have something that compares to it. But this costs more compared to the Heatseeker MP5. Are they going to keep each other grounded? Are we actually going to continue seeing more HellCore skins being accepted after this one? Because, of course, next week, we're not seeing any collection continuations for HellCore anytime soon. It's just going to be, other skins being accepted. So, Then we also happen to have, you know, February Force Wipe, all the naval update skins, and of course, you know, Valentine's, Lunar New Year. So you might not see anything maybe until the 3rd week of February, maybe the last week of February, maybe not until March, maybe never. So it is a bit of a concern. Anyway, can I just quickly give that a nice reload? Looking perfectly fine. And of course, nighttime look. I feel like a lot of people don't realise this isn't very visible at night time. You might sit there and say, but it's got white on the aim sight. No, can't see it. I cannot see it. So that's a bit of a concern. Whereas if I were to switch over to Heat Seeker, I can see that. Can you see it? I can see that stand out perfectly fine. I can see that. But then again, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure you're just going to want to put on like a, you know, an aim sight on it and whatnot. So maybe it's redundant, but I will sit here and say this is a lot more visible at night time compared to this. It's just not as much. Yeah, it's just not as much. So during the day, one final ask from you. What do you think about the aim sight that you see here? Do you think it covers more like vision, or do you just prefer this because it's the Heat Seeker collection, which has had a lot more weapon skins being accepted, and you prefer Mr. Vaser's design? I mean, with the colours and whatnot. Offer whatever opinion you want to offer. Just comment below. Have at it. So honestly, it's nice to see both of them around $4. But of course, around March and April time, will both of them hold up? Will both of them like trip over each other? Maybe we'll see another MP5 like this. A Twitch drop, a kick drop. We haven't seen anything like that so far. But I won't be surprised if with the next batch of kick drops, we see another batch of general drops. And I'm kind of expecting like an SKS or an MP5 like this, or an AK-47. We're expecting it. Is it going to happen? We're just going to have to wait and see. So, well, we've given you enough love over the past year or so. Heat Seeker Summer was a fantastic time. But now, it is time for HellCore Spring. Right then, night time please. So, if we do potentially see more weapon skins being made and accepted, will the MP5 actually slowly go up in price? We shall see. Right, so I think it's a lot more discreet. I think it's less in your face. I think there's a lot of people out there that probably would prefer it. Especially if you think, you know what, if I were to run around in the grassy plains, the fields, the jungle, if I were to hold a Heat Seeker skin, would people be more likely to spot me? Well, that might be the case, to be honest with you. What do you reckon then? Do you like what you see, priced at $4? And what do we have here? The surprise quick swap. I don't think this was expected to appear today, but I'm not upset. It's a perfectly fine looking handmade MG. A perfectly fine sequel to the training collection. But again, I reiterate, it looks as if the training SKS will be set for February Force Wipe. So in about 2 weeks' time, you could also be holding the SKS. And with the expected instant collection continuation, will the handmade NMG benefit? I'm not sure. The weapon skins in this collection aren't exactly doing superb. It's the clothing and the armor that's doing all right, considering like basically everything's been accepted. So we'll see what becomes of that. But based on what I'm looking at here, looks fine to me. Looks nice to me. But how's it look when I hold it like so? So yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. Yeah, how's it look when I shoot? You make a weird looking face, Hedge. It's all part of it. Good. Right, anyway, sorry. No hidden special looking like Easter egg note there. It's fine. It's a standard aim sight. And I get the feeling not too many people are very pleased with that. Again, for a little bit more, just a little bit more, you could just go grab a blackout handmade MG and you have a lot more vision. So that's what makes me think this might have potential issues. So, Armins, of your opinion? Also, quick look at night time. Not too bad. Not too bad. Right then, so we'll see what becomes of that. But, yeah, it most likely will be struggling. Just because it has the standard aim sight, most likely will lead to it having some potential problems. Right then, so let's go ahead and strike a pose. Look, you could have been a little bit better, anyway. Handmade MGs. Initially, there's a lot of very curious, like a lot of curiosity, a lot of very curious people, but unfortunately now, with quite a decent amount of skins being accepted, including 3 options now for transparent aim sight, only one of the skins is slightly in the positive, and it was the skin that sold like next to nothing somewhat recently. So, will this be any different, or will it suffer like, well, pretty much a lot of the other ones? So, what to expect in the near future? As you can see right here, community update 268. We've got some very interesting things being mentioned, but if we could just go all the way down to the bottom. Oh, up. Oh, okay. Twitch drops will be appearing between February 5 to the 15th. So for 10 whole days, 10 exclusive Twitch drops and 4 general drops. So basically it looks as if people who have had like a skin submitted to the workshop for quite some time, some of those will be picked out. We'll see some interesting general drops. Can confirm though, I'm not one of them. No, I wasn't like spoken to or anything, so I'm not one of them. If you're going to bring up my vending machine, I'm not one of them. Sorry to say. Sorry. So, okay. Keep an eye out for that. And when I'm allowed to, I can start showcasing skins. I want to show them, I assure you, but I can't right now. So, until I'm allowed to, we'll proceed with that. Right then, so that's all cool. But what else is there to look forward to? Well, if I could just quickly move over to here. I can confirm Mr. Protox has already made a video showcasing the brand new Artist Pack DLC. And if you aren't fully well aware of that, well, if you've been keeping track of all the things being mentioned on the commits, well, I'm sure you're fully well aware Naval Update is for February. But also the DLC for February is the Artist Pack DLC. So you get a paintball gun, you get some very interesting frames and canvases. Like, honestly, it does look pretty cool. But it's going to cost you. So, yay. It might be for you, it might not be. To get like a proper conclusion, consider going to Protox's tweet, which I'll link in the description, and you can go see that for yourself. I do believe, though, he has updated details because some things were changed, some things were tweaked. You get the idea, so there you go. The paintball overalls, not sure what exactly they are. Are they a replacement for something? Are they technically a skin for something? It's like a full body suit, which is pretty interesting, but looks like it's 3 different pieces. Oh, okay, that might be the case. All right then, cool. So consider giving the tweet a good look and his whole profile. He'll keep you up to date with brand new content that's about to appear into Rust. Right then, so we talked about Twitch drops, we talked about Artist Pack DLC. However, Lunar New Year. So we are expecting a horse mask. Horse mask initial model materials prefab. Listen. No one's going to be upset if you just made that. Right. Honest answers, please. Would you like a horse mask like that? Not trying to be like regal. Not trying to be like prideful. No, just a horse like. Yes. Well then, face punch, you better listen. Anyway, it might be something like that. It might not. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see. So of course, we should also be fully well aware, as I've already mentioned, Valentine skins are expected to be submitted, and then after this, Lunar New Year skins are expected to be submitted. And once again, I'll reiterate, Lunar New Year is the year of the horse. Just look to horses for a reason. Anyway, so Valentine skins. We've already got a batch that have been submitted this weekend. Again, I feel like we're going to see over 200. Lots of pink, lots of hearts. What would you personally like to see? Well, I thought, you know what? I could actually hop in game right now and give you a nice little preview. 2 notable skins have appeared, and I thought, oh, I've got to go ahead and show them off. So, well, let's hop to it. Well. That's a pretty interesting looking sheet metal double door. I assure you it glows, and you'll see that in a second, but oh, hang on a minute. Is that 2 windows of transparency? Oh no, face punch, not like this. So again, this is made by Skin Creator. There's going to probably be another 200 odd Skin Creators submitting skins for Valentine's, and of course including Lunar New Year. But I honestly thought I had to show this because, well, you never know, but what do you reckon? With transparency like that, and of course, with glow-in-the-dark like that, would you like to see something like that potentially being accepted? Oh, I'm too far away for the lights to even matter. Whoops. Okay, it doesn't matter. But anyway, the main thing was, keep an eye out. We're going to see some very interesting Valentine skins. And as I said multiple times, I am expecting a lot of like anime-themed skins to be produced. If you thought that recent Hazma garage door was pretty cute, Well, they're going to really they're going to be really pulling at your heartstrings with the next batch of skins. Let me put it that way. So, all the cutesy, silly stuff, yeah, prepare. So that's a perfectly fine looking heart sheet made over door. But now, an interesting collection continuation. Last year we got the balloon cart fridge. That did sell quite a lot, and I did buy a bunch of them because I thought surely we're not going to see that many fridges this year. And lo and behold, we saw another 20. So yep, good job, Hedge. But yeah, no. A perfect sequel. A lovely looking glow in the dark design. Yes, that top part is glowing. Can confirm. So, alright then. What do you reckon? Would you like to see something like that potentially be accepted? Again, a collection continuation. Could we get an interesting love balloon cart sort of like series of skins over the next several Valentines? We'll see. Can I get a Skinnable teddy bear like that? They could do that, I guess. I mean, I guess that's the plushies, isn't it? So, alright, fair enough. Now, before we disappear, I just want to bring this up to you. It looks as if the SKS was literally almost supposed to be in the Rust store. And it looks like perhaps for just a brief few seconds, that did happen. Because if you go to the workshop page for the SKS, the training SKS that is, it does appear as if some people actually managed to get it. If you aren't fully well aware of how subscriber accounts work, when you buy a skin straight from the Rust store, you automatically become a subscriber. Why does that have free subscribers? Well, for the next 2 weeks, we potentially have the rarest skin ever right there in front of you. For 2 weeks. And then, of course, we are expecting it to appear in February. So, you know. What do you reckon? Some people are sitting here saying, Hedge, is it like the E-Class revolver? No, it's more like the egg suit, where for a while people will think it's the rarest thing ever, try and buy it for a stupid price, and then afterwards tons of them appear in a Rust store. And if you know, you know. So, okay. Keep an eye out for that. You might potentially see a marketable one next Thursday. So, we'll see what happens. I think the smart thing for that, like either of these three guys to do, is just try and sell it for like $50. Just grab that 50 and run away. Leave the issues of many skins appearing after it, you know, being the thing that, you know, whoever bought it is, you know, that'd be their problem. So, all right, cool. You're rambling. Right then, so once again, consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks video. Lots of interesting skins submitted, but just to clarify, the next Rust store is expected to be skins that are submitted over the past few weeks. So no new regular skin submissions. They're all focused in Valentine's. Something here that's chaptered perhaps will most likely be appearing in next week's Rust store. What will it be? No idea. Maybe we'll still see like a lot of late picks. Yeah, I would expect that. So how about we go ahead and wrap this up? We'll see, guys. We'll see. By the way, if you've got like a fun Valentine's idea, feel free to comment below. What would you like to see? And don't forget, spinning wheel is the focused item of the month for February 2026. And just to repeat, SKS appears to be the skinnable for February 2026. Right then, so let's go over to here. Let's give this a lovely good look at night time. So let's well, that looks really cool at night time. Looking really, really nice. But again, 4 in a row for Rust stores of 2026. And another batch of Twitch drops are expected to appear fairly soon. What do you reckon's going to happen? I worry. Anyway, skeleton in an astronaut suit. Or would he be a cosmonaut? I'm not sure, actually. I don't know the lore fully. Sorry to say. But it does look cool. Alright, well, we'll see what happens next week in regards to, well, what skins potentially get accepted for that. And we will see what interesting Valentine skins are submitted. I assure you, I'm definitely ready to play a whole bunch of love songs while staring at stupid, silly Valentine skins. I'm looking forward to it. And so that, thank you very much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to each and every single one of you. Have a lovely day.